Hi, this is Sherry, coming at you from Canyon Lake, and it's going to be a little bit bumpy on the ride here because everyone's cruising around on their boats, and I've been, I tied up as best I could, but I'm getting kind of rocking and rolling out here, so we'll do the best we can. And the wind whips up too, and I have my cards blowing everywhere, so I'll do the best I can. Today we're going to be working with the Fairy Oracle, which makes sense because I'm in Fairy Glen, right? This is my little Fairy Glen you guys have seen before. And we're going to be speaking about the animal totem. And the animal totem is going to be manta ray. And manta ray because, to me, I've been seeing it a lot lately. And I was watching, I don't know if you guys saw it on my wall, but I posted videos of these manta rays diving up out of the water. And they look like Batman from behind. And it's interesting because I remember I talked about my hair being cut, and I cut that rat tail off the back of my hair. And they have this rat tail hanging on the end of them. I think that's interesting. That's what it looks like anyway. It's a rat tail. But they look like Batman. And I thought they were they're such majestic creatures. And, you know, when they fly up out of the water, they do that for a reason. And the reason I cut off my dead hair and why I wanted to get rid of the rat tails, which is the negative energy, right? It makes sense with the manta ray, because when they dive up out of the water, they go flying up and they do a huge belly flop on the surface of the water. And you know how that feels. You know when you were a kid and you dove off the high dive or wherever and you landed and did a belly flop? It was the worst feeling. But they do it on purpose. And what they're doing is they're smacking off, what are they called? I was going to say amoebas. Oh, I can't think of the word. That's terrible. They're smacking off, anyway, the little hangers-on, like the little parasites that are attached to them, like the rat tail that was hanging on, and you look at the end of the manta ray itself, and it's got this long rat tail. Anyway, so that's what they're doing. They're smacking on the surface of their emotional waters, and they're like flying up into the air, which means go to spirit. When you feel like you've got an energetic tie on you, or smack your belly down on the emotional waters and get rid of that, right? So I feel that the manta ray totem is an amazing messenger right now. And the manta ray is saying that if you are a manta ray, so many messages around now, if you're a manta ray, you have a way of lying in wait until your unsuspecting prey comes along. You know, then you pounce and you paralyze and you consume. So that's kind of a negative way of saying it, but you're an expert at blending in. You understand the full use of camouflage. You look like part of the scenery, basically. I was watching Pete's Dragon last night, and I was, this little boy that got lost in the forest. His parents, he was in an accident, and he was wandering around, and the wolves were after him, and this big giant took him in and took care of him, Pete's Dragon, and Pete would melt into the forest, and so nobody would see him. He was a magical dragon, and I thought about, I was crying during this movie. It made a lot of sense to me, and I thought about us having our own personal dragons, our guardians, and anyway, I'm not going to get off on that. There's a lot of other stuff that could come up with that, but let's just stick to manta ray because I've got a lot of things I have to speak about. So, you think about a manta ray, and I don't know if you've ever seen them in the water, but they move with fluid grace, through the water. They've got these wings. They're like birds in the water. They're amazing, and so as a manta ray, they hide themselves underneath the sand, and stingrays, manta rays, same family. I've been in the Grand Cayman, and you put your foot down and you can't even see them. You'll step on them because they melt right into the sand. So they're really good at basically blending in. If you're a manta ray person, you know how to blend in without being seen. And it talks about when you have you have the ability to move fluidly and gracefully. So it talks about the sensitive energy that you have, and you're very clairsentient. You're tapped into your inner knowing and your inner feelings and your inner senses, and you know when to make your move. You know when it is time, and you don't hesitate when it's time to take action. So what it's telling you is, manta ray basically is saying, don't take things in life for granted. Their focus is on stability and security. So you need to call on this totem when this is what you're looking for. When you need short-term answers to problems. Especially regarding love, so in relationships. If you're navigating through your emotional waters with ease, and you're releasing your emotional baggage, right? Manta ray can give you the effortless poise and a sense of direction about which way to go. And if there is a time that comes where you feel like you're trapped and you don't know where to go, that's when you call on the magic or the medicine or the wisdom of the manta ray totem and the power, and it'll show you the right path to go, which way you're seeking, which was going to bring you the peace and happiness that you're looking for. They can also give you the confidence to adapt to situations and excel in any kind of environment, because manta ray people feel they feel very welcome into new environments. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, like I never go anywhere. I told you I live in Rapunzel's tower, and I'm pretty much isolated. And my girlfriend Julie's we both got invited to this little party today, and it's just like a clothes party, and I'm not even interested in going about the clothes really, but I never go anywhere, and Spirit keeps advising me, it's time for you to get out, stop hiding yourself. So I thought, all right, I need to do this. So I'm nervous. I got to tell you, I'm nervous. I used to be very comfortable going into crowds, and I'm not. So I told her, be my guardian angel, be with me. So this is a perfect totem for me right now. I'm going right after I finish this reading. So it's going to give you confidence to adapt in the, make yourself feel welcome. And it gives you the ability to attract people and love them, but not in a romantic way, but as a friendly gesture. So this is definitely something that I need right now. Sorry about all these guys. They're hanging out with me. I feel more comfortable with these branches than I do with people. So the manta ray person and the manta ray energy, they have an extra light inside of them, and it affects everyone around them, and everyone wants to be there, in their company. They want to. So I'm going to call on the manta ray totem, and I don't necessarily want people flocking around me, but just so that I'm comfortable. The manta ray stands for guidance and trust. You are supposed to trust what you believe, and that it will guide you to the right path and where you need to go. You need to do what is right above anything else, above what anybody else says to you. You need to trust yourself, your higher self, alone. I'm going to speak about, the video I did yesterday about the light, and I knew that wrapping yourself in white light was not the way to go, which is what I was told, and which resonated for me, because I already had been doing that myself, wrapping my twin and I in turquoise crystals. And grosbeak, now that's amazing, because the grosbeak itself speaks about self-reliance. And he came out from underneath my boat. That's pretty cool. And he's a redhead like me. Never thought I was a redhead. I guess this is, strawberry blonde since I was a little girl. And now we have another totem. The hummingbird. You will accomplish what feels impossible to yourself and others. Lighten up, lighten up. So don't get so heavy. Don't be so worried. Don't be so stressed out. So when I wrote that, or when I said that on that video, I knew that would cause a little bit of an uproar, because people are so used to having things be what they were taught. I was raised one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I did what I was told. I thought that it was right, and I did what I was told. Since then, I have recognized that I don't align with that. It doesn't align with my soul's path, so I don't do it. So I got an email this morning, first thing when I woke up, and it was just basically a friend of mine who I care about very much and I respect, and he just sent me all the meanings of colors, and white talked about protection, and I said, I understand that. And turquoise talked about, whatever, all the different colors. I understand that is what we've been taught, right? But I was taught a lot of things too, and I just believed them. And I don't anymore just follow the masses. I don't go follow a sheep off the hill because everyone else is going. I will listen to what my own higher self says and what aligns with my soul. So what they're asking for at this, and my response to him was that. I said, I understand that, and that's what we were told, and that's what the fourth dimensional people want us to believe, because it keeps us locked in this prison of what they tell us to do. If it doesn't align with you, and I'm talking to you right now, if what I say is not aligning with what feels right to you physically, mentally, spiritually, don't take it on. Throw it out. I've always said that. You only listen to what aligns and what resonates in your heart. Okay, so with a manta ray, same message applies. The manta ray, think about this. What would you do if your most trusted teacher came up to you and you were going in a certain path, and this is the direction that you're meant to go, and you know that, and this is your most respected teacher, okay? This is somebody who's been teaching you, and they told you to stop. They advised you to stop. And you need to listen, right? Do you? What do you do? Do you listen to your most trusted teacher, or do you trust what's inside of yourself, your most core basic beliefs? You have gotten to this place in your life through the things that you have been taught, the guidance that you have been following. Now, you may say to me, yeah, but I'm just learning, or, I don't know, or I'm not certain. Well, then you go in and you ask. And you ask your highest connection to your highest source, our God Father, What is it that I am meant to do? So I asked this morning, and I forgot that I had already printed out all the information for manta rays so that I could talk to you guys about this. And I was in that place. I said, you know, this doesn't feel right to me, and when something doesn't feel right to me, I need to know which direction to go. So I'm asking for guidance. What is it? And then this comes up, right? So people with manta ray as a totem, they have divine protection around them. There's nothing for us to be afraid of, right? They have, and they have a sensation. I told you they've got this sensation. When something doesn't feel right, they know something's just something. If there's a threat around them, they pick up on it psychically, energetically. They're able to feel that. There's a dragonfly. Oh, you can't see him. A little tiny dragonfly. And he's blended. See, now that's a message. Did you see him go by? No, that was a message in itself. He blended right into the branch. When he came up to it, I could see that it was a dragonfly, but then he blended right into the branch, right? Pete's dragon. He was there, the dragon, and then he blended right in and you couldn't see him, but he was protection. That is my hidden protection around me. And that is the protection that so we don't have to worry. When we get frightened, call on the manta ray, right? There's nothing for us to be afraid of. There's a lot of things to be, scared of, but that limits us, right? It puts us in a place of fear, and they're unnecessary feelings that they don't serve us. They don't help the situation. They just cause us to block, or to dumb down, or to panic, or to pull back, and they're unnecessary. So the closest thing we can do is assure ourselves that all is well, everything is fine. So I just had my dragonfly show up to tell me. My dragonfly message also is trust in your dreams, right? I listen to my dreams. I saw my dreams happening last night. I saw what was happening with my twin. I saw what he was doing. I trust what my dreams are showing me, and I'm not gonna listen when somebody else tells me something that I don't think feels right to me. So when you're feeling lost, when you don't know the direction to go, when you need the confidence to fit into a new environment, when you're simply afraid or feeling scared, when there's danger nearby, call on manta ray. Call on also manta ray when you're trying to find which direction you're meant to go in. You know, when you need to keep yourself steady, when you're feeling like you're under pressure, when you need to adapt to a new surroundings, a new situation, when you need courage to do something, and you need to protect yourself safely. This is when you call on the manta ray totem. So manta ray totem showed up, dragonfly backed it up, and the hummingbird said, lighten up. That's what the hummingbird says, lighten up, everything's okay, but it also means you will accomplish what might feel impossible. So you're going to be okay, everything's rolling together well. If you were to see a manta ray in your dream, it symbolizes that old emotional baggage is coming to the surface, and in your waking life. So you're responsible for releasing this baggage that's coming to the surface, right? And it might be that you're responding to an old emotional pattern. Are you behaving the way you used to behave before? Look at that and recognize this didn't work in the past. I'm releasing all of this. I'm not doing that. So it's about this. I guess it's the emotional pain that you're responding to instead of the present moment, instead of now. Today isn't yesterday. This person isn't the person from the past. This is now. We need to stay present right now. To dream someone is being attacked by a manta ray or a school of manta rays or stingrays is an indication that you've got emotions that have been suppressed, and they're beginning to overwhelm you. They're beginning to take you over. So these are all the messages from manta ray. I liked those, and I love the fact that my totems came along to assist me. All of them. There's Mr. Mallard flying over his emotional waters. What I need to tell you, which is funny, is remember I told you the mallard that was sitting on the branch and he said, I got other plans? When I came in here around the corner, up along the beach was a whole bunch of grosbeaks. Now that's talking about emotional healing between relationships. I said it was about standing on your feet in reliance, but it is. It's talking about moving forward and that there is healing necessary in relationships within families. And they were all together on the shore. And as I came around the corner, there was a mallard, one lone mallard. And I thought, oh, you're going to run away from me like you did before? Nope. I rode my canoe all the way here, and he went right with me all the way along. So my mallard is no longer afraid. And I'm curious to see, he went underneath he's sitting over there underneath the wharf. We'll see if he comes back. I thought that was pretty cool, though. Okay, so our first message, like, how can I do this? I'm going to do this like this, because that way it won't blow away. And I'm trying to hold on to the branches here. So our first message, we have 3 graces. Can you see these pretty girls? They're dancing. Dancing means moving in harmony, okay? So cooperative ventures with friends. Oops, sorry. Joy, sharing new partnerships that are fun. This is what's coming up when with the 3 graces. It talks about, so you've got partnerships. This partnerships could be in relationship. This partnership could be new business relationships. Woo! And they're dancing around the full moon. Oh, sorry. Let's do this. Come on, guys, help me out here. I'm trying to do this appropriately, and it's not working out very well. Hold on. All right, we'll do it this way. I hope the wind doesn't blow it away. Okay, so basically, you look at them, and they all have the same kind of dresses on, don't they? They've got the same little wings. They've got the same headdresses. Now, it doesn't mean you're supposed to be copying people, but what it's showing you is like-minded people. And you can see that they're very happy. So it could be talking about a happy workplace, a new community that's coming together, you know, meeting friends who feel like family, overcoming trust issues with people, sharing, you know, sharing and understanding that bring about new opportunities. I'm going to let you guys look around here because I got to pull us back in where I'm moving around. Oh, here comes the wind. Okay, you guys look around while I anchor us back again. So basically, it's celebration, right? Because they're dancing. So it talks about, you know, new friendships, the growth of new friendships, or maybe new growth within relationships. Since we were talking about the grosbeaks all lining up on the shore and how they were supposed to be working with their families or relationships, healing relationships, and the fact that Mr. Mallard was no longer afraid of me when he took off on me before. So moving in harmony means that you are moving together gracefully, like the manta ray does. And it talks about new business ventures. So you could have a new. I've been getting a lot of that from Spirit recently. That there was going to be a new business relationship coming, and it was supposed to be with my twin. But for other people, there could be new partnerships that are coming together. That you're going to be working together. It just talks about interactions with strangers. That's positive. So that's nice because I'm going with a bunch of strangers today. Talks about feeling strong bonds with people, you know, even though you've just met. Creating a magical circle around you that, you know, makes you feel like you're filled with trust and happiness and friendship. It also talks about, since these are all females dancing around, it talks about, you know, having good female relationships. So that's that message. The next message we have is... Now, I do have to say to you guys, I got all of these cards, and I kept asking for them over and over again. And I don't normally do that. I don't normally question Spirit, but every single... And remember, when I'm talking about Spirit, I'm talking about my connection to our Father, our angelic team, right? That's who I'm talking about. I'm going to tighten this up here. Hold on. There, because we're just going too far. And I kept getting the same cards over and over again, and I thought, how can I do a reading on this? This is, you know, how will this apply to everybody? And I was trying to think of how to apply it in a way that everybody would relate to this reading, because this reading isn't just, this reading isn't just for me. This reading is for everyone. But every card was romance. And I thought, well, you know, I guess everybody could be happy about romance. But so I asked again and again, and finally they gave me the first card that I just gave to you. But then this is one of the ones they gave. So this doesn't have to be romance. The other ones definitely are, because I threw back several of the other, because the whole reading was about romance. So the gift, you see this shy little gnome, and he's coming up to this beautiful fairy, and he's offering her a gift, right? He's presenting something to her. So it says a present, an offer, nurturance, growth, potential. Okay, the number is 47. I didn't look at the first card. The number was 1, which is new beginning, so that was appropriate. 47, 4, you have angels all around you. You're completely guided, protected, and loved. There's no reason for fear. 7, you're on the right path. Keep going. Keep your thoughts focused and your mindset on your spiritual path, and everything will come easily to you. Okay, so here we have this little gnome. So somebody basically is going to come to you and offer you a gift, and it has to do with your well-being. So we're wondering, is she gonna take this? She's not quite sure. She's kind of leaning away. Her arms, you know, when you have your arms crossed over you in front of you like that, you're not quite certain if you can trust this person, this little guy. You know, I don't know you, and he's coming up and he's offering her something. It has to do with either your well-being, your health, some kind of transformation, some kind of gift is coming to you by the means of somebody. And they're offering this, and how are you going to take it? It's a proposal that's going to change your life. And it's going to have enormous substance attached to it. It's going to be giving you something where you're going to be able to manifest. There he is. There's my mallard, see? He's hanging around me. So basically this person that comes to you, because they show him as a little fairy of the forest, this is a down-to-earth person, a very down-to-earth person. He's going to make you a good offer. And the more grounded you are, I thought about the lion yesterday. Remember I talked to you about how the lion had these big paws and the lion was grounded? Well, the lion showed up again this morning several times. And so it's talking about you. I thought about that and the fact that I come from the lion people, and you think about the courage of the lion, right? So the more grounded you are at present when this offer is made to you, the better you'll be able to make use of the gift when it comes. So this other being, this one that when you look at this being, look at him. He's kind of like, you would think he's little, he's like a little, kind of like elf or a gnome. So the representation of him looking in that direction, in that way, the way they're representing him, is because this one is often underestimated, right? Kind of like the manta ray. Remember how the art of camouflage, and nobody expects him to come out of nowhere and whoosh, fly out of the water like Batman. So this person is rather underestimated, and he's going to propose something to you, and maybe at first you're not going to think much of it at the moment, but this person that's offering this gift, he wants to care for you. He wants to protect you. He wants to nurture your talents and your skills, and they really want nothing from you except for your good wishes and your thoughts. So there's no price to be paid from this gift, and it's going to help you get grounded. It's going to help you move forward on your path. So for those who are maybe in your head a lot, this is, a lot of us are in our dream time, and we're not really actually coming forward with our with the doing aspect of things. So this is going to help us. So those who are unable to work, maybe ones who have a difficult time in finances, oh, I know what it is for me, because what have I said all along? I need a partner who knows how to work a computer, because I'm computer illiterate. I'm not good at the business end of the deals. My website, I've had all kinds of issues. I need somebody who can help me with that. I'm good with this, but I need somebody to do that. So this person is going to be coming, and it's going to be helping you with things that you're not really great at, right? And it's a kind of, it's going to assist you. It's going to assist you with money problems. They're showing there could be crystals involved. There could be healing with animals. There could be gardening. Definitely something to do with and fertility, because fertility represents growth and abundance. It has issues to do with brothers and sisters for some reason. I thought of all the grosbeak, all on shore, the healing between families. But the brothers and sisters, it has something especially to do with twins. So this is a twin soul coming forward. Or for people who are born on the same day, literally brother and sister and sister, or brother and brother, twins. This is, for me, it'll be my twin. I'm not a twin. So for others that do have twins, it's about maybe healing with your relationships, or maybe somebody in your family that's a twin that's been having difficulty. It'll help with that. So that's the second card. That was cool. I'm just going to drop everything here. And the next one, okay, how do I do this? I'm trying to think of the order that I should give you guys this. Okay, I'll do this. Here we go with the romance. This is Acorns' invitation. Touch, exchange, connection. Okay, you see this man? Now this guy is Robin Hood. He comes from the forest. They're telling us that there's a person coming forward. This is about touch and connection, like physical touch, and how physical touch is so important. They say, even if you don't even have anybody around, hug yourself. Hug heals all kinds of things. So the physical touch. So basically, they're saying this is a beautiful man, and he's coming to you. He's going to enter into the relationship with you. It represents a beautiful man, physically appealing to you, earthly in nature, because he's, like I said, he's like Peter Pan from the forest. Not Peter Pan, he's the Robin Hood, but he reminds me of Peter Pan too, because it's kind of like a forever youth energy coming. So Robin Hood, or he's kind of like the fawn who's half who's the man who's he's beautiful, but he's half what is it, goat or fawn in the forest. He's got that kind of appeal to it. It makes me think of Beauty and the Beast. You know, he was part beast, part man, and he's got something that he's going to come to you, and he's talking about coming to you for physical gratification. This is a filling of a void that you have had, a loving touch, and but it's not. This isn't like down to like a base level of like just sex. This is this is important. This is like a deeper touch. This person, he has respect for you. This person has respect for you as a woman. There's an energy connection between the two of you, and there's going to be an exchange. Very super sensitive. This man is a super sensitive. And it talks about massage, lovemaking, earthly sensuality. As I said, he isn't coming to you purely on a sexual basis. He's coming to you for something much deeper than that. And there's going to be a healing that comes. And it's the coming together of twin souls. I just heard in my head. It's the coming together of twin souls. But there could be somebody in your life that's coming into your life as well, that's coming forward to offer you this. And it's an amazing relationship. So they're asking you to be open. Then, how do I do this? As I said, this is all very romantic, and I thought, you know, it's wonderful. But it's kind of scary for me at the same time. I've been waiting a really long time, and I have a hard time trusting myself. So I've been listening to. I did a reading for another friend recently, and she said the same thing. She's been asking for something for a really long time, and she says when it comes, then she panicked. And I said, well, help us get past the panic. Now I won't. When I see my twin, I'll know, and I'll be moving forward for certain. But it is kind of like a feeling of trepidation, you know. And I just went and saw Beauty and the Beast the other night with my grandson, and you know the song in it when they come together, it says, you know, both a little shy, both a little unsure, because when it comes down to it, it's exhilarating, but it's frightening, you know. It's kind of scary. So they're telling you at this time there's a man. Now it doesn't have to be a man. We're showing a man. Okay, carry me home. You see this woman, and she's holding on to this man, and he's very strong and able. And it talks about support, time to be carried, allow others to help. The number 2, everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to, with divine blessings for everyone involved. Let go and have faith. And 7, everything is happening. Oh no, you're on the right path. Keep going forward on your spiritual path and allow it to be illuminated before you, right? At this time, there is somebody that's coming forward, and you can feel the love. I mean, look at the love between. She completely trusts him, and look at him looking back over her. He loves her, and he wants to carry her. Look how he's got his arm around her leg, and she feels completely safe with him. He wants to carry her. She's been doing a lot of work alone. She's been on her own, and he's now coming to say, I'm gonna take this from you for a while. Allow me to carry you for a time. Let me be the one, you know, because there's times in our life when we're tired, but you know we're happy, and it would be wonderful if we could rest and know that there was somebody else there, you know, and accept the support of somebody who's there, and surrender. It's hard to surrender when you have been somebody who is so self-sufficient, for men and for women, you know, to allow somebody to come in when you're just exhausted, and this is here. And so they're basically saying he wants to carry her. This bliss is the word, you know, that's exchanged between her and this fairy woman and this Robin Hood man. And they want you to allow yourself to surrender to this one, to this partner that's coming forward to help you. And it's basically true love. And the true love is the harmony. Remember I told you dancing, moving in harmony. That's the movement that they have. And true love is giving and receiving, right? So you can't be doing all the giving all the time. So for us that have been working and doing this, here we've got someone now finally that's going to come to us and is going to give and support us. So if it isn't a man, it could be anyone at this point. They're showing us as a man right now, but it could be anyone that's coming forward to help you and support you. So they're saying feel and know the support that's coming forward for you, and accept it, and know that it doesn't come at a cost. It talks about a close embrace, and it talks about submission to love, allowing yourself to be loved. So this could be a very good friend, this could be a love partner, this could be family, whoever it is that wants to support and help you now. Don't push them away. Allow them to come forward and help you. Okay, and then the last card I know very well, and the second right here, the Greenman's Bride. So the Greenman's Bride, this is the sacred union. This is the coming together of soulmates, twin souls. It talks about a commitment ceremony, maturing into a deep relationship. And you see the girl here, and this is her. Isn't that funny? There's Pete's dragon, and she's Pete. See, that's what he looked like. And he blended right into the forest. He just came out of nowhere. So this person is just going to come out of nowhere, and he's your protector. He's your dragon. Often I've seen myself sitting on shore, and people have done readings for me, and they said, your dragon sits next to you. And there he is, the dragon that loves her. And the number 3 means coming full circle. Coming full circle, completion. It also represents the triune, which would be, with the twins, it would be each other and connecting with the Father. So it's the 3 coming together. And the number 8 says light worker. Get moving forward on your path. The past is done. You've done your work. Now it's time to move forward. That's what the number 8 represents. So here we've got this beautiful forest girl, and it's the wild man of the forest, and he's found his bride, his beloved, and this is the one. You know, they've done their work, you know, and they're preparing to celebrate. This is not a young love. This isn't, you know, what's the word? Lust. This isn't, you know, like a sexual, like, it's not based on looks. It's not based on something frivolous and light. These are a couple that have a deep, deep connection. And what's amazing to me is the word that they choose to describe it is euphoria. It means a lot to me and my twin. And it's just a confirmation for me. So thank you for that. Sorry, guys. You don't understand what this means, but actually my best friend probably would. But their love is deeper. It's way deeper than just the physical. They have gone through some stuff. They have grown, and they've pulled apart, and they've done their work, and now they're coming back together. And he's come back to her, and this is a love that's going to last. This, you know, the card that we got, the message to dream on last night, was worth waiting for, and that's what Spirit's been saying. That these two people who are ready, they're ready now. They're ready to take the next step into their future, you know, to become true partners. And in a twin soul relationship, they've always been partners, but maybe in the physical they haven't. So now they're going to come together, and there's going to be some kind of a commitment coming up. It doesn't mean that it has to be a wedding. Some people don't believe in getting married, but there's a commitment, you know, a hand fasting or a betrothal, an engagement, some kind of commitment between these two. And it talks about the fact that they're forest people. It talks about bringing them back to the land, bringing them back to return to the connection of nature and spirit, and this is how they rejoice. That's why it's so much so to me a twin soul relationship, because a twin soul relationship is about service first, and then our reward is one another, the bliss that we get, and we connect so strongly to the earth. And it's so important to us, and it talks about the union between these two. This is the sacred union that's taking place. And this is the time when they're contemplating, you know, where they're going to go. What are we going to do? How are we going to do this? There's many blessings that are going to come from this union. This is a union that will last the rest of their lives on this earth and go back together into spirit. Sorry. You know when you've waited so long for something and then it's there? It's like you don't believe it's real. Anyway, it's real, and it's coming, and it's very, very close, because the mallard was staying. He wasn't running away. He wasn't flying away. And it makes me think about these ones. You know, they honor one another. They have great, deep respect, profound respect for one another, on an equal level. These two are equal, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. They have grown, as I said. They've done their work, and they have recognized that there's no competition between the two of them. You know, they have each other's back. They may have different ideas. They may do things a little bit differently. Most likely they do, because when couples come together, it's usually opposites that attract. So it doesn't mean that they aren't going to have challenges. It doesn't mean that they aren't going to have to work through things. And they might be seeing things, but they have kind of like a sense of, they fit together like puzzle pieces. You know, they work together. They complement one another. So this is a hard one, worth waiting for union that's going to take place. And the fact that it's the Greenmans' bride, because it's a sacred union. Now, if this is not happening for you in the physical, there are many twin souls that are coming together right now. And it's a twin soul relationship between you and your spiritual twin that is on the other side. So you may be feeling this kind of energetic connection between your twin soul in spirit on the other side. Many of the real twins are coming to, I mean, not the real twins, but the physical earthly twins also are coming together at this time too, though. So it's a huge time of growth for this planet, because it's all about the love movement moving forward for all of us. So I just got, they may go away. They may go to a different place because they're just showing me Pete's dragon right now, how other people may not understand you. They may not understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. You may be leaving a lifestyle behind. You may be leaving where you are and behind and going to a different place because maybe the people that have been around you are against it. And that's why they're talking about the manta ray, when the manta ray said, if your most trusted teacher came and said to you, don't go there, are you going to listen? Or are you going to follow what your soul says? I will tell you personal, and I get personal a lot, I know. Maybe I shouldn't, but the other night in my dream, someone said something about my twin. And I said, you don't know him. He isn't who you think he is, and I'm going with him. So when Pete's dragon was discovered in the forest, people wanted to hurt him, and Pete found people that he wanted to be with, but he realized that the dragon was in danger, and so he left with his dragon, and his dragon brought him back to the people, but he knew where he would be. He knew that there was a place that he could go that was safe, and they were together. So as I said, you may be, I kept getting that I'm moving, you know, and some of us may be moving. It may be just spiritually, physically, it could be just emotional over your emotional waters, but there may be a move, there may be a change. So that's why they're talking about manta ray. Call on the manta ray for all of these new changes that are coming in to help support you and work through, because it might be frightening, it might, you know, otherwise, or overwhelming. So that's why all the messengers came as they did. And remember that fear is false evidence appearing real, right? It's not something, it's not going to get you. You're safe. You are protected. We were already shown. Our dragonfly came and protected us. And this one that's coming for you in the physical, he will protect you. So, and of course, my twin I trust 100% over anyone else and what anybody else says. So, that's the end of that. I'm going to let it go. I got to go meet my girlfriend, and the wind is blowing. The winds of change are blowing. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for putting up with my emotional release. But it comes up, and like I said, I always keep things rolling. I got to keep it real. It's who I am. So, I want to show you. I call my twin my happy Buddha because I said he was my master teacher. And it's funny, I am wearing my happy Buddha today. I got this one last time I was in Sedona. Love it. All right. Peace, love, and light. And I send all of my love and heart to my twin. Blessings. Are we off? No? Doesn't want to go? Do I have something else I'm supposed to say? Maybe I'm supposed to tell you guys something. Okay. I hit the button like 3 times and it didn't go off. So let me look. What do we see? Birds singing. I don't see anything that I'm supposed to. A birdhouse. I would like a house in the forest. I don't know. I guess that's it. I don't know why it wasn't saying goodbye. Oh, there's the light. Bye. I'm going to try it one more time.